Hey everyone, it's Kip Brooks, best-selling author and leadership development coach. We're about a week and a half past Super Bowl 50, and everyone is still talking about Cam Newton's behavior after the game. Now, I know I kind of covered his behavior in another video, but I'm going a different route this time. You see, last night I was out to dinner, and I'm having conversations with my family, my table, but it was a small restaurant, so I could hear all the other patrons in the dining room. And the majority of the topics that I could overhear were Cam Newton and the label sore loser. And there were some people defending him. There were some other tables talking about more important things, but the majority of the talk was Cam Newton. And it got me to thinking about sore losers, this negative label we throw so often at people when they lose a reality show, a game show, or kids losing a soccer game, or college kids on a team losing the basketball game, or professional athletes. We seem to think that once you get to the professional level, you're not supposed to act like that. And I've always been on that side of the vote. But last night it kind of hit me that I actually kind of expect it more from professional athletes. I want them to be upset that they didn't win, because that shows how much they believe they were going to. And if they didn't believe they were going to, then why did they show up? I'm still not condoning it. I'm just trying to reframe it. And I'm not even a sports fan, but I do respect greatness. I respect anyone who excels in their area. I love watching that. I love watching highlight clips of Jordan, Barkley, Muhammad Ali. I haven't really watched much of Cam Newton, but I've started just here lately, just seeing it. It's art to see someone who excels in their area, whether it's a musician or a painter or a contractor building a house. I mean, someone that is in their zone. It's poetic to watch them perform it. Whether you're talking about someone sweeping the floors or someone getting the Nobel Prize for bringing clean water. I mean, regardless of what it is, as long as they excel at it, there's beauty there. Booker T. Washington had a quote saying that if I'm sweeping these floors, people are going to know that Booker T. Washington swept these floors. And he was talking about bringing all of himself to whatever he did. And we all need to do that. And that's what these athletes have done. Michael Jordan, when he cried at the bench after losing to the Detroit Pistons. Or Cam Newton walking out of this press conference. Or a number of other athletes and celebrities that have gotten fed up and walked away from something. We put them on this pedestal and expect them not to behave that way. But really, we need to be asking for more of it. Because that meant they gave their all, and they didn't get what they were expecting. And that shows that they still love it enough. See, if we don't get that pain, then we can't grow. Pain is not something to avoid. So when we get it, we grow, we learn, we get stronger, we get better. If we don't learn from it, then we fall. And that's what happens when people take a loss in a game, or they put out a bad movie and we don't see that actor anymore. We don't see that athlete anymore. They just fall off. No one knows what happened. Well, that's what happened. Something like that. They lost their passion. They lost their desire. They were there more for a paycheck than they were for the passion, for the purpose. You see, I want all of us to be a little bit of a sore loser. Not to the point where we're throwing stuff and screaming and yelling at everybody, but to the point where we just need to go lock ourselves up and be by ourselves. Because we know we don't want to be around anybody. We don't need to be around anybody. We're not good for them right now. We need a few minutes to refocus. And what I want us to be a sore loser about is not living the life we were meant to. The life that we want. The life that when you're driving down the road and you're daydreaming because you've taken the same route 1,000 times, or when you're sitting at your desk just going through the monotonous repetition of another day, and you don't have to consciously focus on that, and you find yourself daydreaming. Well, wherever your mind drifts off to, there's a tip there. There's a clue to lead you where you're supposed to be. You most likely know it. We all know it. It's just how deep has it been buried. Now, it took me a long time to figure out my path because I never really dreamed like that. But when I did, it changed my life. It just opened everything up. Now, I fought it at first, but then I started going after it. Because once I was aware of it, the pain of not living it was greater than anything I wanted to withstand. And that's what I want for you. If you're not living that purpose, that path, I want you to think about it enough to where it starts to create that pain. Because what will happen is, see, we don't charge after passion. We don't charge after pleasure. We should, but we don't. We'll always fall short. What is a better motivator than anything on this planet is pain and the avoidance of it. So we need to feel that pain a little bit to give us that drive. See what happened to Michael Jordan when he played the Pistons. He was crying. He lost control of his emotions. And that was a great thing because I don't think they ever even came close to getting beat by the Pistons again. And he helped create one of the, well, actually the greatest dynasty in most people's eyes in the game of basketball, in the history of the game of basketball. And that's what I want for everyone. Create your own dynasty. Taste the pain enough to turn and charge the other way to where you won't ever take it. What is it that will make you a sore loser? What is it that will create so much pain if you're not doing it that you will break through brick walls with your bare hands to get at what you want? Focus on that. Go for it. It's yours. You deserve it. You've earned it. You earn it with every breath you take. And don't live another moment without it. Skip Brooks signing off. Enhance the life you have by creating the life you want.